everybody. No problems, no problems. So look, here we go. It's another week of the potluck. Welcome, welcome. Hope y'all brought y'all plates today. We are a hip hop podcast serving up culture, current events, and other side dishes. As always, I'm your boy Pete.
What up, y'all? This oldest Miggity Mac.
What up, it's your boy Ahmad, aka TKO Joe. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. You know who it is, your most hated and favorite top five, Lulu. And we in the potluck. I got
Yeah, I just want to start off. I want a question real quick. Are you top five still if I haven't heard a bar from you in a year?
Of course, because I mean, you know, I ain't nobody spit nothing that's proven it to even be hotter than me still. So I mean, what you need? Like
I gotta ask these questions, man. I want
ask him.
I want to know because
Ask him. You know,
the people want more.
look, let me get back in that group and get the cutting up, and I bet you they still don't want smoke, man.
I'm gonna put it out here right now. Bump up group. How about this? You just take on anybody. I mean, why don't you start here? You know, I'm gonna put you on the spot at some point. Not today, but I'm gonna just be like, go, give us 12, give us 8.
But this is what I said to Otis a couple weeks ago. I said, yo, y'all remember that conversation?
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
No,
So I'm about that, you know.
But so can you really be about that if you haven't put no pen to paper in a while?
Yeah.
Really
Hey man, you asking for trouble right now. If you're gonna bring this man out, just know that there's gonna be a casualty. So I don't know, man.
Which way?
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, though. But that's the thing. I'm not.
Otis, which way is the casualty gonna go? That's the question.
I mean,
Not on this side. Not on this side.
No.
It ain't been none so far.
I bet you Eminem said the same thing, but I don't
You
know.
know, niggas have butterball for Thanksgiving all the time. So you know, something don't get cooked.
And let's be real. I'm looking at the competition, and obviously I ain't nervous. So
you got a name to say? You know, don't say my name because secretly.
But the thing is,
look, man, I don't know what you're doing right now. I mean, excuse me, I don't know what you're doing right now, but you know, you need to chill.
The thing is, they don't say mine, so that's telling me a lot too.
I just want to know. I just wanted to know. So look,
it's like you drew up a plan and you trying to bring shit to fruition, but you know that ain't the proper plan, man. Let these people live in peace.
I will leave it alone then. But I mean, so some people say that about Eminem. We're gonna go there right away. Game just dropped an album. He just dropped a diss on Eminem. Is Eminem even up there? Eminem ain't put pen to paper in a while neither. You know, people say he still got it, but
no, that's a lie. Him just dropped the album.
He did. I saw that. It was like 2. What was it? Not Relapse 2. What was the name of it?
Curtain Call 2?
Yeah.
Did you listen to it?
I'm mad I even know that. Hell no, I ain't listen to that.
Yeah, who listened to it?
I ain't listened to it.
All right, then. So like I said.
That's what I listened to is Music to Be Murdered By, and it actually wasn't bad. So I know, you know, that him getting to his bag.
So Eminem could rhyme, that's it.
So
he could rhyme words.
For the purpose.
I mean, but Game do the same thing though. Game do the same thing.
Oh, we talking about that.
It's not as good.
Yeah.
I think Lou's the only one that hasn't heard the Game going at, you want to call it a diss track, fine, whatever, but going at Eminem. So I'm curious of what you think the Game, why would he do that? Lou, for your opinion, what you think the motive is, or how you think he might have gone at it?
I don't know. I think Game just feels some type of way that he's still rapping and Eminem is not. And Eminem still gets like the clout and respect, right? As you hear, you know, these newer cats and some people still say like, man, M is still a beast, you know, or, you know, people still got that respect for him. And I think Game isn't revered in the same way. But at the same time, it's like, come on, you Game as him. You know, and every time the conversation come up about Eminem is, oh, would he be as well renowned if he was black? Blah, blah, blah. You know, and in my opinion, yes. You know.
Okay.
So
you said yes?
yeah. Yeah. I think if Eminem was black, he still would have the career that he had. I mean, I don't really think hip hop discriminates like that. If you got bars and you can write, like, come on now. Like,
Here's why I disagree. Like one of the reasons why Eminem is held in such high regard is for his sales and for his numbers. And I mean, we know where those sales come from. Like he has a huge demographic behind him, fucking 70% of this country. People that don't even listen to Eminem or listen to rap music, but they listen to Eminem. So it's like, nah, man, he would not be regarded. Because I mean, Tyler the Creator is kind of the same way, and people look at Tyler for rapping that weird shit, and you know, it's a turn off for them when he does it. So, nah, man, nah.
You got to think about all those wiggers out there who hopped on the Eminem train too. You know what I'm saying?
It was a thing.
Thinking they could rap and everything, like, you know, being influenced by him or just influenced by just, you know, whatever. But they hopped on that too. And so, not saying they weren't hopping on black music, but they hopped on that in droves. They were like,
times have changed a little bit too.
That term wigger's been around before Eminem though. So they were already influenced.
They were, but now they got someone who looked like them rapping.
Timing wise,
okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Timing wise, like when he came up, that was more of like the culture in the US. It was more like there were more people who weren't black embracing rap music.
Right.
And like that was, you go to the top 10 lists, and it was Pac was on the top 10 in 96, you know, 95. You're like, damn, not that there aren't rappers out there now in these top 10 lists, but like it was really, really embraced. And so he came right on the heels of that, and now he looks like you. Because was there really any white rappers at the time? Well, that's a whole
MC. There was MC Search.
I mean, so.
Yeah, but let's be real though.
Third base was pretty. I mean, Pop Goes the Weasel was a pretty big hit.
Third base was huge. Beastie Boys.
But Beastie Boys, yep. There you go. I mean, shit, they're a huge group.
Beastie Boys is a legendary group, man.
Yeah, he came at the right time and also with the right people. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He got validated by Dre. I mean, Dre is like, I mean, come on. You say Dr. Dre, he's synonymous with making beats in hip hop, you know what I mean? Even though he don't really make beats, but he's synonymous with making beats. But like Eminem came in through them and right after the whole, well, not right after the whole Death Row thing, but you know what I'm saying, not too long after that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's been longer. That short span, that's a short span of time, really think about it. 5-6 years.
Yeah, well, like what? Death Row ended, I would say it ended around 96, 97.
It was like
98. 98.
Yeah, because Bad Boy took over 97.
Yeah, and Cash Money
took over right after that.
99 and 2000. So
yeah, like once Pac died, Death Row kind of like went, and then once Biggie died, Bad Boy went like that, and then you had, you know, Cash Money and No Limit came right in after that, and they, you know what I'm saying, and then after that, it's been Atlanta since. Since like what,
funny
2000?
Just culturally, hate to be cultural nerd here, but I'm gonna do it. When the transition goes to the South musically, so Cash Money, No Limit, all them, the Atlanta sound, and you look at what was going on in hip hop, it was harder for people to relate who weren't black and didn't have some of those experiences, because the music from the rap music from a Southern black experience is a particular kind of rap music. It's a particular kind of cultural like feeling for black people.
Right.
Whereas like more white people can get behind a Tribe Called Quest, even if a Tribe Called Quest is spitting that, you know, like stank face. But that's my whole point. That whole, even if they're doing this weaving in Africanism to all this other stuff, you know, like, and they were huge and they could get behind them. Whereas, you know, you get your man Mystikal coming around talking about, I came in with my dick in my hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, white people were like, oh shit, that's way too aggressive for me.
Yeah.
I'm not, whoa. You know, they didn't
They
listen.
they about to go back on him with those lyrics.
I mean, that's your boy right there.
Yeah, I mean,
But
Eminem was more relatable to like the what do you call it, the majority, I guess,
Okay.
in this country. So
So
that helps,
So,
and who he
so
came in with too, for sure.
I think that's what Game is getting at in a lot of what he's saying is like, one, you not us, you're not the culture. He's even got a couple lines in there. It's like you don't. Excuse me. He's like you're trying to be for the longest time. You're trying to be in the culture, but you'll never accept it.
Yeah, but Game can't hate on that because Game was born in Compton. I mean, he grew up in Compton, so Compton also has its privilege too. You know what I'm saying? Being able to say you're from Compton and being a rapper, that helps your career out too. If
it does.
if Game was from if Game was from I don't know, West Covina or Beverly Hills, or he wouldn't be repping that like that. He wouldn't be saying he would,
But at the
huh?
same time, it's like it's that approach to the diss is a weird angle to take, man. Like, oh, you're white, hip hop doesn't accept you, but it's like hip hop does accept a lot of white artists. So it's like I don't
Right.
know, man. I don't understand
Yeah, I don't.
that angle. It's a weird
because
angle.
Action Bronson can spit too. I like Bronson.
A
So
lot of people like Mac Miller, so it's like
yeah,
Yeah,
he's kind of saying like being white disqualifies you from being accepted in hip hop,
right.
and I mean history has proven otherwise.
I didn't feel
Yeah,
like he
it is.
said that though. I feel like he was saying what you want to be, you're not.
So you can say the same from him. He wants to be that. I mean, but like I said, he went to Compton High. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it at that. But anyway, I mean, yeah, I mean all the names he's dropped over the years, you know what I'm saying? And then you listen to that diss, man, it was like, I mean, to me it was so corny, man. And I mean, like when I first heard Ether, I was like, oh you know what I'm saying? When I first heard Hit 'Em Up, I was like, what? No Vaseline. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? Those diss tracks, you first heard them, like everybody in the street stopped what they were doing and like, what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying?
Second round knockout, like damn, he's really getting
Yeah,
that LL. Like,
right. Bar for bar, I'm going at this dude. Even like KRS-One's goofy ass. You know what I'm saying? Like his diss, you know what I'm saying?
Though.
But whatever. I'm just
probably
talking
not.
shit. But
You know, I got to stand up for my East Coast legends on this
I'm just talking.
podcast, man. I got to make sure my East Coast legends get the proper respect.
Like I'm just talking. But even like you know, some of the older discs, like where you had you know, you had guys who they didn't say the name, but they said some stuff and you knew okay, they were talking about them.
Yeah,
Like when Big Daddy Kane dissed LL Cool J,
yeah.
you know, how you like me now, all that kind of stuff. You knew he was talking about LL Cool J, but he didn't mention him specifically. You know what I'm saying? Even those disses were like, okay, oh shoot, like we got some action. But with this, I'm just like, man, you just basically like you sound like a stan right now and a hater. That's what you sounding like. You know what I'm saying? You mad at his success. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not even an Eminem fan, so I'm not gonna defend Eminem at all. But I know him being white does help. Him being with Dre, you know, with Snoop and all them guys coming in, and then also, you know, bringing 50 Cent in helped his little, you know, his legend too. You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff, he definitely benefited from black artists, but also benefited by the fact that he is white. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even denying that. But you sound real corny coming at him speaking the obvious. We all know this.
yeah.
Go with this nigga bar for
He
bar.
knows this. He wrote bars about it himself.
Right. Yeah. So go at him bar for bar and that's it. You know what I'm saying? Like if Eminem responds, now we got some action. If he don't, then whatever.
But the
That's all
thing,
I'm saying.
the funny thing is, it seems like M wrote a response to this years ago, and I am. So yeah, I am whatever you say I am. If I wasn't,
Why would you say I am?
I mean, that was, listen.
Like, and here we go, 2022. Like, there go your response right there. Like,
Right.
yeah,
You got a point.
20 years later, here's your response.
Right. And you got a point. You got a point there.
We all saw 8 Mile. I see what y'all are all doing here. Y'all trying to give him the, well, why, if you, just because I told you who I was, so now you can't make fun of it. It's going to take away the impact. Fuck
Man,
all
basically the game snatched the mic from Papa Doc and went in.
Pretty much.
He said he threw the mic to him. He said, "Now I'm out here. Tell them something they don't know about me." And the game was like, "Okay, I got this." That's
Yeah.
basically what happened.
Hey,
I'm
Yo,
gonna
yo,
tell
that's
people
and
more what they already know about you.
Right, right.
yeah.
I'm
I don't know. Listen,
and I'm gonna imitate your voice or try
maybe I
just make a
missed.
high pitched voice of my own.
Maybe I missed a couple Eminem albums in the past decade or so or more.
With good
But
reason.
Game,
They're
Yeah,
trash.
the M
Game
corn.
tell
Talk
me
talk
some
about
things
how
I
trash
didn't
his
know.
albums are. Talk about how he started off really good and then just went to shit because he started talking about a bunch of weirdo stuff. Like
Right.
there's so many angles that you could have took instead
But he
of
does
trying
talk about that.
so-
Game does do that. Game talks
Well-
about that. I really question what y'all listen to, because he talked about that, and then like
what
was
what
there.
bar though? Where? I'm
I don't want to give
bro.
things away.
I can edit out the pause. I'll give you time to find this bar. It's a 10-minute track, so you're probably gonna need some time. But
Yeah.
Listen,
find the
nah,
bar,
it's-
bro, because it's not there. Ain't
It
no
is a
bar
10-minute
there.
track.
He's just trying to sound like Eminem. Yeah, and it's a 10-minute track, dog. You couldn't diss this man in 10 fucking minutes. It took you 10 minutes to diss him.
I feel like he's
10
making
fucking minutes.
Yeah, man.
10 minutes, bro. 10.
I wasn't feeling it, man. I was like, this is corny, man.
That's why I ain't listened to it yet, because when I saw it was 10 minutes, I'm like, whoa, man.
I enjoyed it. I
better
didn't
not-
think I enjoyed it the first 2 times, and then when I really listened to it,
Let's do it twice.
You ever been so mad at somebody that you could write words on the paper? It's like you writing a letter to them, and it
Yeah.
ends up being 10 minutes when read out loud. Man,
Yeah.
that's some kind of fucking shit. Stop, man. He should have just went. He just should have just went bar for bar, barred him up. Fuck that gimmick. I don't know why you dissing this man while you're trying to sound exactly like him. Like, come
you
on,
know
bro.
why he was doing
Do
that.
better.
That's the whole
But it
troll
wasn't-
of game.
But it wasn't good.
It was fine.
Uh,
And then the second half was much better. And that's what I was saying
The
earlier.
second half.
I know, right?
the other 5 minutes.
First 5 minutes sucked. The second 5 minutes,
I didn't say they sucked.
fire.
They didn't suck.
It-
But he did tell me something I didn't know about Eminem. I won't give it away, but in that second half, I
I'm
was
not
like,
gonna
oh, shit,
either.
I didn't know that about him. You know, I don't want to give away
Let me guess.
Oh,
Eminem,
that's what's up.
Eminem part of the KKK.
the punchlines.
I know, right?
Nah, but
Is that what it is?
Nah, but it did surprise,
What's
it
the,
did surprise me.
what's
that
the-
he went to- he
what's the
went
big
to-
reveal, Pete?
What, I know, right? What did we wait 10 minutes for?
Right. What
What did he
do
get
we
accomplished?
miss?
What he get accomplished in 10 minutes?
Oh, Em-
If M responds, then his diss will be worth way more. So it's really about him already. So if M even responds, then Game actually gets more clout. You see what I'm saying? But it's like,
yeah, that's what Game wants.
yeah. And this is the thing, right? So why at this age,
That's what it is.
why at this age and this level in your career, with going after Eminem, we still would view that as, if he responds to you, you the one getting the clout. Says a lot about Eminem.
Says a lot about the game too. Like
Says a
he's
lot
been
about the game too.
all this time he's been in the game. Like you don't see Nas or Jay-Z dissing other legends, you know what I'm saying, to try to get clout. They don't have to. Like, everybody knows Jay-Z-
Rewind that. Because
What?
what you said was important there without you even noticing you said it.
Okay, what did I say?
You don't see Jay-Z or Nas trying to diss other legends for clout, right?
No, you don't.
Okay.
They're validated. Everybody respects them. Like they didn't make a living off of naming other artists in all their songs.
But you literally just put Game, by what you said there, you really just called Game a legend. And you didn't
Game
feel
is-
like you did it.
Game is a legend. I'm not gonna deny that. I mean,
What?
if you're in the game 20 years, I mean, you're a legend. Now, does that mean that he's like a all-time great rapper? No. You know what I'm saying? That's not what I'm saying. When I go bar for bar, I'm not putting Game not even close to my top 10 at all.
I
I don't
When I
know.
look at,
We're not
Well,
saying Game went diamond. We're not
A
saying that.
legend?
but he's been in the game 20 years, so I mean that's a long time.
A
You know what I'm saying?
legend?
We're not saying
Yeah,
he went
he's-
diamond or anything.
All right, a West Coast legend. All right, Put it that way. West Coast legend. I
West
give him
Coast
that.
legend?
I give him
It
that.
might be worse
I give him
than
that.
a
I give him
regular
that.
legend.
Ooh.
Okay, bro. So look at it this way, man. Like, okay, let's just go with the sports analogy real quick.
Okay.
So, would you consider Rick Fox a legend?
Dang, you ain't do game like that, did you? You know,
Damn.
Rick Fox, is he?
He was a
Damn.
solid. He was a
Game not a
solid
Rick.
role player, bro, and
Oh,
nothing
wow.
more.
Okay.
You think? Wait.
No, game not Rick Fox, is
Would you
it?
Not
put
Rick Fox,
you
though,
put
not
you
Rick
put?
Fox.
They don't even
All
have
right.
Rick
You know what?
Fox.
No,
Yeah.
maybe
Is Rick Fox even on 2K?
I think a better comparison would be Reggie Miller.
Anthony Mason.
No, he said Anthony Mason. Damn.
Not big dog.
Wow. How about Reggie Miller?
No, he ain't no Reggie Miller. The fuck?
Yeah.
That's how you really feel about game.
Wow,
Bro,
dog.
like I'm
Hey,
thinking,
hey.
like I was being generous with the first one, man. But I'm thinking more like Mark Manson or Smush Parker, bro.
Oh no. No.
Disrespect.
How
Not
y'all doing
Smush.
it?
Hey.
Not Smush.
Hey.
I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna do him like that. Maybe like Reggie Miller,
Otis.
Bernard King,
Chris
Otis.
Mullin.
Otis name and
Chris
Cass
Mullin.
ain't been to the
Chris Mullin
playoffs.
too. Chris Mullin. I mean, I'll put him more in that category.
Yeah, these cats said they ain't been to the playoffs.
What'd you say,
I mean,
Lou?
you call those guys legends,
The
though,
cats
right?
ain't been to the playoffs.
Like you call Chris Mullin a legend, right?
If you're a Golden State fan, so yeah, if you're
Game's
a
gonna be
game
so
fan,
mad that you're comparing him to Chris Mullin right now. Not the white
No.
movie again.
These people are legends in a franchise. We're not league
yeah.
legends.
So yeah, if you want to call him a West Coast legend, then yeah, he's Chris Mullin.
Yeah, he's a league
Okay.
legend.
I mean, I can do that. I mean, like maybe like like Reggie Miller would be a legend in Indiana. You know what I'm saying?
Not Reggie Miller.
Game is not just a West Coast legend. He's legendary on the East Coast too. He gets,
Maybe I use the word a little loosely. Maybe I did, but I would put him in a very high category as far as like the sense that he's been around longevity. I give him that.
so I think
His longevity has been really good.
I might cut out for a second, guys.
Yeah, you're good. Amon, correct me if I'm wrong. I think what you're trying to say is that for someone of Game's caliber, whether you call him legend or not, whatever words you use,
yeah,
for
whatever.
someone of Game with Game stature and rap and how long he's been doing it and everything on his level, why is he going after another rapper who's basically retired and a legend as well? Or, without using the word legend.
I mean, if you've been in the game this long and you say, I mean, you're as good as you say you are, you shouldn't have to do that.
So maybe
that's my main point. Like Nas and Jay-Z are, they've been in the game for about 30 years apiece, right? Close to it.
Damn, that's
almost.
crazy.
And so they don't have to they already validated. Like they don't have to go out there and clout chase or create drama before they make an album. Like kind of like the Game and 50 Cent do the same thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The Game, 50 Cent does that too. Like he'll create some drama. There's an album coming, or like Kanye. Kanye's a legend, but like I mean, they all create some kind of drama before an album comes out. You know what I'm saying? And the Game has done a great job at doing that.
That's called business marketing.
Yeah, I mean, he's a very smart businessman. The Game is. I definitely can't deny that. You know what I'm saying? Like he's very savvy and knowing how to get people to pay attention to him. You know,
anybody that can stay relevant in hip hop for all this time. He came in at what, like 05 or something like that. Anybody that can stay relevant for that long in rap definitely knows their way around the business.
Right.
And he's been writing. And listen, let's be honest, he wrote for a lot of folks, including G Unit. He wrote a lot of that shit. Game.
That's not saying much, bro.
Yeah. I mean,
Tony Yayo. Oh yeah, I wrote for Tony Yayo. Like, nigga, then you better off keeping that off your resume.
Yeah, you gotta be quiet about that one.
Yeah.
Although listen, Predicate of a Felon is an East Coast classic in that 5 years. In that 5 year period of music. If you narrow music down to 5 years,
Hot take.
East Coast, not Southeast, just here.
I take Pete.
Predicate of a felon is definitely up there.
Oh man, nah. But I mean, but props to Game, man, for getting people for being smart, business savvy, getting people to pay attention to him. You know, I give him props on that. But as far as that diss, it was not good, man.
Let
Go
me.
at Eminem bar for bar. You know what I'm saying? Let's see what's good. You know what I'm saying? That's how you settle it in hip hop.
Yeah, for real.
You wanna clown
Yeah,
Eminem
let's talk
and all
about
that
the
stuff.
elephant
That's
in the
funny,
room.
whatever. But
Let's talk about the elephant in the room. And I'm a Game
all
fan,
right,
so I'll tell you right now.
you
If
talking about
you
Lizzo?
know, if you're
Hey
like,
man,
I'm a
hey
writer.
man.
No, I'm saying like you like I'm a writer, I'm a rapper. I feel like I'm the best. I feel like I'm one of the best.
You got to edit that part out.
No, I'm leaving that, man. I'm leaving that disrespect.
Damn.
How dare you talk about the third on my list that way?
Heard.
Oh man.
Yeah, man, he just threw a little Lizzo jab in there, man. That shit was so inappropriate.
I mean, you said she's the third on your list.
Oh yeah, man. You know, I like a little chub rub, a little dark spot burn on the inner thigh. I'm
Oh
for
damn.
that.
Ain't nothing wrong with liking thick girls, but you gotta have some kind of shape to you.
You're a
She, I mean,
big
she
girl now.
is a shape.
Big girl now. Hey, just so y'all know, watching here, the mod just made me think of this with that terrible, terrible song off. Maybe a good album, maybe a bad album, maybe it's somewhere in between. That Nostradamus. Just to let y'all know, we got some albums that we working on, rating some older ones. Nostradamus is one of them in there. We're just going back and listening, kind of give you all our musical taste. The albums are all over the place. I've been getting shit on for the past week and a half for the albums I picked. I'll take the blame. So
This
when y'all
man
see
said
them,
maybe a good album.
y'all can yell at me for that one. Just so y'all know, they coming. It's coming.
Nostradamus maybe a good album. That's a Pete good.
My taste in music is wide and varies, and I give a lot of people a lot of leeway on the.
You figure that by now, Pete.
All right, y'all figure that one out.
Yeah, man. Your generosity is unmatched.
I thought so, man. I listen.
Real good brother here. Real good brother right here. Real good brother right here.
I'm giving everybody a chance. Everybody. Hey, Lil Zane, you owe me a check. I've been dying on this Lil Zane hill.
Man, Zane ain't got it, man. That's what we telling you.
This nigga's a hip hop soup kitchen right here. Reals.
Hey, if any rapper wants somebody to tell them that they can make it, just call Pete and he got you, bro.
No, send
I
Pete
believe in
demo.
y'all, man. I believe in
Send
y'all.
your demos to the potluck.
This man will hype your mixtape.
Send your demos to the potluck, man.
So on that note, I'll give y'all this quick terrible story. Some of y'all know I was in Colombia, fellas. Now I was in Colombia, the country, in February for my boy's wedding.
Right.
I was in Cartagena, and in Cartagena, there's a lot of brown people. There's a huge African culture from because it's where the slaves first landed. There's like, so anyway, in the city, a lot of the younger black people, well, Colombian, dark-skinned Colombians, are young guys out there selling beads, selling whatever they can, candy, beads. And there's a couple of them that, a couple different groups that go around and freestyle. And they got a radio, they got like the boom box joint, and they just walk around and they be freestyling about people, mostly in Spanish, a little bit in English. And they just, after they get done, they're like, was it good? Like, give me some money, basically, And I said, man, these dudes are gonna walk around and battle me. I'm enjoying this. And I was just enjoying listening to them freestyle. And then, we were sipping, it was Colombia. And my boy got the tape. One day I might share it with y'all, but I said, you know what? They better not come around me when I'm too drunk. So I'm gonna start battling in the middle of the streets in Colombia. And sure enough, couple shots, couple drinks in, we was walking somewhere at night and they found me. They was like, oh, and they kept calling me Mike Tyson. for like 3 days straight. It was like
Wow.
Mike Tyson.
Wow.
Swear to God. Anyway, I turned around on dude. Dude was spitting as we're walking. I spun around on him and I gave him like 12 terrible bars. And I was like, and I'm out. And I went to like leave. It wasn't that bad. It was pretty poor though. And I was like, and I'm out. And I went to leave, right? And like turn around and leave. And old boy cut me off and was like, hell nah. Put the beat on and just ripped me in Spanish and English. Like real bad. I was like, damn.
You didn't know he was top 5. That's all.
Listen, man. I told him to send me his mixtape and I was gonna plug it on the potluck for him.
You didn't know he was top 5. He had to let you know. That's it.
Hey man,
He
hey, little homie out there in
"No,
Colombia that was
Negrito,
freestyling. They call me
LSU."
Mike Tyson. Send me your mixtape. I'm gonna plug it on the potluck. You know, it's the soup kitchen. I'm gonna have a whole segment just the soup kitchen.
He was like, "You speaking Spanish? I don't know what you saying, but I know it's fire."
Hey,
He's hyping that man.
I heard the word Negrito in there, and maybe I'm hot, but I like the rest of that shit.
Listen, he was scorching me in a different language. I had no clue. It is what it is. It is what it is.
Man.
I support y'all. I support your dream. Let me
It doesn't matter who you are.
Nah, it matters.
It doesn't matter how good or bad you rap.
I support y'all, right?
It doesn't matter if you just started rapping last week.
Nah, see, look, if you're 40,
if it's the first song you ever wrote in your life.
I believe it gets spin. Put it out. I believe in you.
You don't have to rhyme. Oh man.
I like what I like, y'all. I can't.
I like what I like too, man. So I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Man,
I'll listen to it.
What's for you, man.
Oh man.
We all have our things, man, you know, and I'll give you young up and coming rapper. If you're 40 and you just put out your mixtape, don't try to I don't want to hear that.
Oh, don't start discriminating now.
Yeah, you do.
I might give it a spin. I might listen once.
Yeah, man. I don't fuck with nobody's mixtape, bro. I was walking through Venice Beach one time, which is Hustler City, bro. Like everybody's slinging mixtapes, like they know where the entrance is, and bro, you got to walk past like 15 rappers just to get to the beach and shit. So I used to admire the hustle, man. Like I used to support these cats. Like I'd put $20 aside. I'd grab mixtapes from people just because you out here. I'll give you some money and shit. So. Last time I did that shit, though, man, this motherfucker sold me a blank CD, bro.
Oh wow.
Oh man.
So yeah, after that, I ain't bought a mixtape since.
Hey,
fuck you and your mixtapes.
Listen, mixtapes are like lotto tickets, man. You hope you buy one from somebody who blow up. And you hear about somebody else talking about, man, I had that mixtape. I bought it from him on the corner, but it's never you. Hey, there's rules. It's not relevant no more, but there was rules to the mixtape. See, this is where you needed to grow up on the East Coast, in like New York and like DC and all that, because there's rules to the mixtape game. You never buy the mixtape from the dude when you first see him. You gotta, like, after you see him out on the same corner or the same table for like three weeks, then you cop the mixtape because you're like, all right, okay, I'm gonna see you next week. Like, because if he's only out there for that one day, on that first day you just seen him, they blank CDs. He trying to get a quick come up. He might as well sell you his WIC card. You know, like, it is what it is. So you got to make sure, you got to watch him. He got to be out there on that same corner hustling same CDs for 4 weeks, and you still might get burned. But
it's less likely if you see him out there every day.
Yeah, you got to listen. That's not, listen. They don't sell mixed CDs out there. Well, I mean, when I lived in Oakland, we were still selling CDs out there in 2021. So, but that's game for other shit too. Be smart about your shit, which makes me remember that nigga that Ahmad's got in his background is not being smart about his shit.
He came in with a dick in his hand.
I mean, that's just gonna be the name of this episode. I came in with my dick in my hand because the Lord, this nigga need to put his shit away.
I don't know about that guy, man. I don't get it, man. That's something I would never get. Like,
but listen, Otis had to remind us earlier, man. The case, we don't know. The verdict's still out. We don't know.
Yeah.
We're basing it off some historical shit, this and that. And so, I mean, I won't speak for Otis, but Otis was saying, like, stop being quick to be like, that nigga guilty.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That nigga guilty.
But, my thing is, so what I'm saying is the aggression against women and stuff is what I don't get. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? If it wasn't rape, it was still assault. If it wasn't assault, it was still some type of aggressive energy toward a female, to where you really, like, lost your temperament or whatever. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, maybe y'all, I just feel like you got to carry yourself a certain way, especially at this age. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure he's older than us. Well, he's older than me, I'm gonna say.
Yeah. Yeah,
I just feel like, man, like for me, I don't display aggressive, like real aggressive, like that type of energy with no woman. You know what I mean? Not saying that I won't check one and be like, yo, you being disrespectful. Like, you get up out of my house with that. But
yeah,
I think Mystikal's psyche or personality can be a little extra. Maybe that's what he felt like he had to do, and be on some rah-rah, and he might slap you and, take your drugs or something. I don't know. And then it's nothing. It's like how you said, we don't know what happened. If this was a whole issue over some drugs, then of course he's an idiot. If this was an issue where he was trying to rape somebody, you're an idiot, But hey, man.
This ain't, I'll just say this, man. And this is just kind of how I'm raised and what I think on it. I'm not in it, like, I'm far from perfect. I've done plenty of fucked up shit in my life, right? But one thing about me is, if I do some shit over here, like, then for the rest of my life, I'm wary about the next fucking shit. Because if people already think, I won't even say already think, it's really, you get convicted for some shit like this, you don't put yourself in no other situation that could even be handled. You go outside, you walk that shit the fuck off, you do whatever, because you know that as soon as, if you've already had an issue once, so like, you get arrested for something once, I've been arrested before for something, and then next time I get pulled over, they're looking like, yo, well, we got you on record for this, so what's going on? And for me, it's more important for me to stay out than going back in at any point in time, even though I've been in a few times for some shit. But for me, I'm like, I'm older now. Like, nah, none of that's going on over here, I don't even put myself in those positions, and that's just how I am.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
I mean, your reputation precedes you. You know what I'm saying? And so if you have, prior situations, whether you got convicted or not, you know what I'm saying? For a few people like, accuse you of doing something like that, and you can get off, you know what I mean? Like, go to court, innocent, boom. But it's still gonna be out there like, okay, you know what I'm saying? There's been a few women who have said something against him, you know what I mean? Accused him or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna put brother and say, like, oh, he's guilty, but your reputation precedes you. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, in the court of public opinion, they automatically gonna say he's guilty. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as accusation comes out, like, oh, Mystikal's guilty, whatever, it could be totally false. You know what I mean? It could be a false accusation. A woman, trying to, like, and she knows this. Like we talked about earlier, Otis said this. And she knows this, and she gets into disagreement with Mystikal. She could be like, hey, you know what? He did this. They say the first to call, you know what I'm saying? The second person, they're screwed. You know what I mean?
I think because it's an issue because it's a rape accusation / female physical assault accusation and that all that. I think that always gives everyone this like, I won't say this pause, but it puts this stink on it. And that's what you're saying. Like someone could always use that because we've seen that happen in our community.
For sure.
Yeah. But it's the same. But I would kind of just always caution us on this. And I'm not playing devil's advocate. I'm just saying this whole, if somebody in our community has been, you know, in court 3-4 times, 2-3 times for armed robbery and never convicted, right? But their actions and everything about them on the outside kind of seem go in a certain way. You're like, well, look, man, they never got convicted for no armed robbery or nothing. Like, okay, cool. Well, like, got to give them the benefit of the doubt, right? That nigga show up in a new car, he ain't got no job,
right?
Something else happened, and he on trial again 10 years down the road for armed robbery, and you're like, I know we said the first 2 times it was maybe a little shady, blah, blah, blah. So maybe they just after him. But here's a 3rd time, and some of these things, why is he putting himself in these positions? Again,
right?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
You ain't got no job, you showed up in this brand new car, and you got a mink on or whatever, you know, you flexing on them, and you got some new chains on, and they like, well, you're known for armed robbery. There was an armed robbery around the corner over here. And you ain't got no tax records, no job. We won't scoop you up.
Right.
Because remember 10 years ago, it's like, well, nigga, that's bullshit because I was found not guilty and this and that. It's like, yeah, but you still on the radar. We still gonna look into it. And you still match all that shit. I ain't trying to throw him under the bus. I'm just saying, don't put yourself in these situations.
Right. I mean, and he could very well be guilty. I mean, I'm not, you know, I wouldn't say he's innocent or guilty because, you know, of course you gotta let it all play out. You know, I'm all for that because we're talking about a man's life and reputation that could be ruined forever if he's convicted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think it's ruined already.
Yeah, his reputation for sure ruined. But I'm saying like he could be like, he could be like done, like as far as like, you know, he put away all that kind of stuff. So I definitely want to be sensitive to that, you know, that part, because if I was in them shoes, I want the same, like, you know, sympathy or empathy from others. You know what I'm saying? So I'm definitely going to approach it that way. But yeah, like you said, you know, you keep putting yourself in the situations, or you keep being the one being accused. I mean, of course, it's definitely cause for some concern. We got to look into it, you know, heavy. You know what I'm saying? If it was your first time, you'd be like, okay, yeah, you know, he has no priors, nothing. He's never been convicted of anything or accused of anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know, let's give this man a shot. But when it's happened a few times, you're like, come on, man. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I also think about all the times that Black men in this country have been accused of these kind of things. You know what I'm saying? And we could look at even like someone like Emmett Till, you know, whistling at a white woman,
yeah,
you know, being brutally murdered. You know what I'm saying? And like, you know, and there's been countless other dudes throughout the years who have been locked away because a woman called on them and she beat herself up, or, you know, did something to her or whatever, or she even got raped by somebody else but accused that person. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Kobe Bryant as an example, you know what I'm saying? He was accused. I mean, he probably, you know, definitely, you know, probably slept with the woman, but she accused him of some stuff. And he got, you know, he was a superstar at the time, you know what I'm saying? And some of the trial. So a regular brother, I mean, it's been happening for regular brothers for years and being put away for, you know, without even like, you know, a fair trial. So, you know, in Mystikal, regardless of his status, he's still a Black man. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna be put on some of the scrutiny, especially nowadays with the whole Me Too and, you know, brothers are I mean, like men in general are automatically like guilty, just like that. Public opinion, guilty, and then if you're Black, it makes it even worse.
I feel like the men part, I feel like there's a reasoning behind that. Not Black men, but the men part, just the male part. We a lot of our shit to ourselves.
We have. You know, no denying that. I'm just saying, like,
token, but that's the pendulum swing of kind of life, though. Like,
for sure, yeah.
Because as soon as something gets pointed out, it's like, oh shit, the pendulum swinging all the way over here. And I know you mentioned like Me Too movement. It's like, oh, now it's all the way over here. And then at some point, or prior to that, it was all the way over here, but nobody was saying shit about nothing.
Right.
You know. and really once it swings all the way over here, you got people who are just taking advantage because it's all the way over here. You got people over here taking advantage when it's on this side. It's like when no one says shit about nothing, I can do whatever I want. And it's like, oh, we're gonna say shit about everything. Well, I can benefit from this. Whereas it's gonna swing back towards the middle. And that's, you know, to your point, that is a thing. And then once you throw in the blackmail thing, that's a whole different subject in America. And you mentioned,
I want to make something clear. I want to make something clear real quick. So when I said Me Too, I'm not saying like to shit on the movement. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as like, you know, any woman who's actually experienced that, you know, I'm not shitting on that. But what I'm saying is like you said, the pendulum swing. You know what I mean? Like, so there's people who actually are victims and it happened to them, and they should get justice. You know what I'm saying? For sure. But there's also people who have taken advantage of the fact that there are victims, and like you said, they swung it right over here until, like, you know, they're accusing people who aren't even guilty of anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's where I'm coming from. Not more like not like shitting on the whole movement in general, but just like I'm shitting on that part. Like, hey, you know, if you're accusing people who didn't do anything, you're an asshole, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And so with Mystikal, like him being black, him already having like a few accusations, you know what I'm saying? It's not a good look. You know, so man, you know what I mean?
And this is kind of where my thought process goes on, and also because we want to talk about this before we finish up. When I was saying Mystikal, be smart, and you named some names when we were talking about some people who've gone through the same, you know, some of the sexual assault, some of the physical assault, women issues. You left one out, and I want to mention them because I feel like you're not finding him in these situations because he's smarter now and he won't put himself in these situations with, you know, people of the opposite sex, with anyone in general. Charlemagne. So you got somebody like Charlemagne the God. We all know like his history. He was in jail for rape.
Right.
You know, and he's got a whole book he wrote on it and everything. I guarantee you he doesn't put himself in those situations anymore.
Right.
That can even be I've been in those situations in a room with a female where you're like, nope, I need somebody else to be in here. I need to turn on the camera. I need to have some. So I'm sure he's someone that's like, he doesn't even play with that. And that was kind of my point with Mr. Like, I think we're all saying like, why even put yourself in those things?
Yeah.
But before Charlemagne, Breakfast Club. Not to skip over to something. This is not lighter but different. Breakfast Club just kind of Angela Yee. Angela Yee. I sound like Webby when I was trying to say that. Charlemagne. Y'all seen that Webby drop?
No.
Y'all don't remember that? They had Webby trying to read the like breakfast. You know how radio stations do the drops in the morning or drops, and they have a rapper on there saying, "Hey, you listen to Sway in the morning. Get your punk ass up." That, you know, said the entertainer come in. You know, they have Breakfast Club was doing that with Webby back in the day. It's one of the most classic joints. And then
I remember that shit, bro. That nigga was struggling.
Boy, Charlemagne, Gay, Angela E. Like the brother was he was struggling so hard to read that train, man. I'm gonna get it right. Yeah, you definitely go check that out. But that's just one of like the many classic moments Breakfast Club has given us, though, right? So Angela Yee was like, "Hey, Breakfast Club's changing. I guess she's going to do her own show." Which from what I heard from some friends who keep up with it more, she's been like kind of aiming that way. So I want to ask, listen, y'all got a favorite Breakfast Club moment, or what's your thoughts on it in general, breaking up? So what's your favorite Breakfast Club moment?
Oh man, you know, I'm a man. Look, I love the Breakfast Club for what it's been for the culture.
Yeah,
definitely. You know, the consistency, the relevancy. Like, you know, they've had politicians on there. They've had the newest artists. They've had goats on there. They've had actors. You know, so the Breakfast Club is a cultural kind of staple. And when I say cultural, meaning that they expand beyond the realm of hip hop and music, you know, because they've had politicians and the guy from Shark Tank, you know, Mr. Wonderful. But I got a couple. I got a couple Breakfast Club moments. And maybe like my top two.
Give me two. Give me two. Don't be
One of
stealing.
mine was Birdman.
Is you finished or is you done?
Did you finish it?
Man, what? Oh, three of y'all.
Oh, tree.
Oh, man, yo. So that was classic. Birdman went up there and he showed out. And their response, was an envious. Charlamagne was like, yo, Birdman, you went up here and was in your feelings. Like, you wasted our time. You had your camp with you. You ain't shout out none of your people. You ain't put your mans on or nothing. You really made it about yourself, and you sat here and was in your feelings. And we could have had this conversation, this type of dialect off camera, or offline somewhere, so that we will have more content in this. But it's a Breakfast Club, so do what you want to do. My second favorite Breakfast Club moment was when they first had Kodak Black and he had the ski mask on.
Yeah.
And so when he came back, they was all wearing ski masks. I love that one because he did you could tell it was a young Kodak Black, and you could tell the first time he was up there, he was kind of just like, he was not good at interviewing at all. He was kind of like taken aback a little bit. You can tell, he was nervous. It seemed like he was nervous. He wasn't ready for that. And I think him wearing that ski mask was kind of a, how kids, or how you have like maybe a hoodie on or something to kind of help you, let's say kind of warm up, make them feel a little secure.
Yes,
It's like how Reggie Bush used to sit in the interviews with the helmet on. Y'all remember? Not Reggie Bush, Ricky Williams.
Ricky Williams.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that type of thing, right? And so for the first time they had Kodak up there, it was terrible. And so the same time, they figured we all wear ski masks. So Charlamagne had a ski mask, Envy was wearing a ski mask, Angela had a ski mask on. It was great. And they actually got a better interview out of Kodak. So those are probably some of my top two, Breakfast Club moments.
Oh man, go ahead, TKO. You got two?
Got two. I mean, yeah, I have to go with what's the name? Birdman.
Birdman.
Yeah, I have to, man. I mean, that's my second favorite. Just him, like you said, he was in his feelings, all that stuff. It was just funny, man, because he just sat there, just arms folded. You know what I'm saying?
That gave that gave social media.
He was not having
it. Worth of the greatest meme,
man.
The greatest meme you've ever seen.
Telling you, man. Telling you, man. I mean, yeah. That, and then of course, man, Soulja Boy was number one, man.
Oh man, Drake.
Drake. I mean, yeah. I mean, you know what? I mean, I ain't never been a fan of Soulja Boy, but I mean, watching that when I first watched it, I mean, he's entertaining, man. He's captivating, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he draws you in. The stories he tells, how he tells the stories, and then like his reactions, man. I mean, man, that was hilarious, man. That was definitely the greatest moment. And then of course all the moments where Charlamagne gets pressed. Massa P, you know what I'm saying? He mentioned what's her name? She used to rap with them, Mercedes.
Yeah.
He mentioned about the ass, the cover, the album cover.
Yeah.
I mean, and all their No Limit, man. All their album covers look very generic. You know what I'm saying? It's bad photography.
Yeah.
No Limit had style, baby.
That was the thing, though, man. We loved them, though. We loved
them.
No,
we did. We loved them, no doubt. I mean, I loved No Limit when they came out, man. It was just when you look back at those album covers, man, they were very generic. But
the Last Dawn is still one of my favorite little CDs, double disc with the little fake 3D hologram cover.
Oh man.
Anyway, hey,
got into that. If you're a struggling rapper, you need somebody to vouch for you.
Listen, fine, we're gonna do it. Hey, listen,
Teach your man.
Welcome. This is the Potluck, but welcome to Pete's Sweet Kitchen. And today we're serving out Master P's The Last Dawn for freebies. Y'all go listen to it. You a struggling rapper, send me your shit. I'll listen to it. I will not just listening to it. I'll post it. I'll share it. I'll champion that shit. So for mine two, Birdman I mean, I don't really. I was trying to think if there was something else besides Birdman, but Birdman's probably number 2 for me, and we covered that. Number 1, easy, because I remember when it dropped, and I remember it like it was yesterday. Ray J, Fabulous. After Ray J and Fabulous got into a fight or altercation, and Ray J called up there at 6 in the morning. He had been up all night in Vegas partying, and just started talking big shit.
Yo, sorry to cut you off. Like, let me get this out real quick, bro. When Ray J was like, Fabulous told me not to touch me, guess what? I touched that nigga.
And even Fab was laughing too, like, yo, what
Ray J was spazzing, boy. Ray J was going off on so many things. Ray J said he can't come out here no more. I got an indoor pool and an outdoor pool. I got an indoor court and an out. We was like, nigga, what did you talk? You're stunned on. I got 6 floors. He told Fab he's gonna have his nigga rape him.
Oh.
Like, bro, they was like, yo, all right, Ray J, you doing too much.
You gonna call Mystikal or what? I'm just kidding, man.
Are you though?
I had to. I'm sorry. I couldn't help myself.
No, that one for me, the Ray J interview, the Ray J indoor outdoor pool, and then Rick Ross actually used that line later. I forgot what song he said it, but he was using that line. That Ray J interview for me is classic, and it's like, why are y'all beefing? Ray J and Fabulous, nobody wants to see y'all beef. Hey, shout out Wilfredo. Shout out Fabulous in the Chip Tooth and Wilfredo. Let's go back and check that episode out. And The Crown, he'll tell you how Fabulous got his Chip Tooth. He was there at the time. So, but that Ray J one for me is, in my younger years, I had a lot of Ray J energy. I'm probably a better singer, but I had a lot of Ray J energy in my younger years. So I always used to say, if I could hang out with anybody, I think I'll probably be friends with Ray J. Toxic as that may sound.
You had an indoor and outdoor pool?
I mean, in my school? In my school growing up, but that's years ago. I go to the community pool. They had one. They had an indoor and outdoor at the community at the rec center.
Yo, another good one was Onyx on Breakfast Club when Frejo and Charlamagne they got the beefing on there.
Oh yeah.
He was ready to scrap. Like Frejo was pissed. Like Charlamagne was trolling as usual.
Yeah.
But that one was a good one too, because Frejo was hot.
Listen, Onyx will fight. Like, if you know anything about 90s rap music and that early 90s rap music, you listen to that first Onyx album, the name of it was Back the Fuck Up. They've just been waiting for a fight. The nigga looked like I was waiting for him to fight all throughout Sunset Park. I was like, this nigga just gonna start fighting niggas in Sunset Park.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's a couple rappers out there like that. Onyx, you just know they looking for a fight. And if y'all ever get into it with Busta Rhymes, y'all in trouble. Y'all gonna lose that one too. Busta Rhymes will fuck you up.
Yeah, they stomped that dude that tackled Dave Chappelle on the stage a couple months ago. Dave Chappelle's at a show, and some guy ran up and tackled him. Yeah, Busta Rhymes and some other cats stomped him out pretty good.
Listen, it's well known that Busta's got the New York Caribbean energy, and his temper is very short. But if you listen to his music and you don't know that, same way if you listen to Mystikal music and he got a song called Pussy Crook, Anyway,
in danger.
Danger.
Remind the Mystikal, man.
He's screaming at him, show me what you're working with. He's like, no, nigga. Like,
no, I don't want
this is the hairdresser, my man. Like, she trying to go home, bro.
I came with my dick in my hand. Man.
Listen. But in the words of Mystikal, I will have to, we're going to end this off because I got to go. Still smoking. I'm still smoking. Mystikal, I still fuck with your early shit. Hey, man. Who we got to shout out this week? I know we got to shout out one or two people. Plain Grain, what you got? Go ahead, Lou.
Yeah, I definitely want to shout out Plain Grain Deco.
Where we finding it?
Yes, sir.
Finding that on Etsy. Go to Etsy.com, Plain Grain Deco. Check it out, man. It's handmade premium home decor. Definitely stuff is worth your while, worth your investment if you into just making your space you living in and trapped in, since it's been all kind of pandemics going on, and spending more time in your house and you need something that look a little different, look a little unique, definitely hit Plain Grain Deco up.
You do customs?
For sure. If you don't see what you want, if you don't see what you like, definitely send a message. Also check it out on Instagram, Plain Grain Deco. Send a message. Get what you need, man. For sure.
For sure. Otis, you got any shout outs today?
Yeah. Only person I'd say was Jay Thurston. He's in the hip hop crew. He just dropped an album, and it's pretty solid, man. If you're into underground music, he's got that old school type vibe, dope beats. Yeah, man, solid tracks. But as always, shout out to Fried Clothing, Forever Humble, and Rusher and Verb, and whoever the hell else I'm forgetting. My bad.
Why you at?
We definitely gonna try to support out to everybody else, man. You see us out there.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm not playing neither. You got a mix CD and you find me on the street.
Shoot your demo to the potluck.
Better be fired though. It better be fired.
Demo to the potluck. We'll review it too. To keep playing, we'll review it.
I change it. Listen, if it ain't on par with Lil Zane, I don't want to hear it.
You got some pretty good chances.
Hey man, shout out to everybody, man, and appreciate y'all fellas. Shout out to who was I gonna shout? Oh, anybody out there furthering their education. I won't say nobody's name out because I don't know if they like their name in public, but shout out to my man who just graduated doing Black therapy work for us men, psycho work for us because we need it. We've been neglected for years, so working in the community as a lot of us try to do and try to help out. Shout out to anybody that's going back, giving back, change their life, trying to do the next thing, next best, greatest thing, and they're stepping their fortune, man. It's the potluck. As always, we got some album ratings coming for you. Shout out to RIP to this hat.
Yeah, fuck that hat.
I'm on a free market for a new team. I need a new team.
49ers.
What'd you say?
Fuck both them teams.
Damn, who you got a team?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, the greatest.
Who's your team?
Oakland. Or, well, they're not Oakland anymore. Fuck, Las Vegas. That's so weird.
No wonder you put Game on par with Allen Houston or whoever you said.
Rest in peace, Al Davis.
Okay,
Rest in
Mr.
peace,
Commander.
Al Davis.
Might as well become a Niner fan, man. You out there, man.
I am, but I was in Oakland first though.
But Oakland don't have a team.
No, they don't. I mean, they got a team or something out here in Oakland, but
The Warriors holding y'all down though. You'll be all right.
nah, they're in San Francisco.
They San Francisco now.
Oh,
The only team y'all got is the A's.
Yeah, and
They
that's
got-
about to get.
And they got some ugly ass uniforms, man. That colors.
Hey, checked out that Game album, and also if you go into LA, check out him when he talks about LA because he gives you y'all a little warning about what to wear, what to see out there. Yeah, I plugged in the Game album real quick.
He don't even know
What'd you say?
what to wear. So he don't even know what to wear. He went.
Hey, listen, y'all LA politics do too much for me. Hey, look, it's a potluck, man. We out.